G'day guys, welcome to Oz Tool Talk. I'm Mike, this is Dwayne. Tonight we're wanting to review the GDX VEC, GDX 18V-EC. The previous video we did the striker, the brushless striker. Dwayne, you spent a fair bit of time playing around with this. I know what I really like about it, but I'll let you start first.
Sure. Okay, so this is Bosch's second go at an impact driver with a 1/2 inch square driver on the outside for using with sockets.
Yep.
So they were the first to do that. It's still the only one on the market, but now they've rejigged this impact driver. They've made it brushless. They've made it 3-speed. It's a completely different unit.
Yep.
So I trialled this. First, I was critical of the previous GDX with the 1/2 inch because it was claiming to be a driver / wrench, but it didn't have enough power, which I thought was really disappointing that it couldn't at least keep up with the other impact drivers.
Yeah, which there was 3 of us here testing that too, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Our mate Stewie's actually got one, and he's stuck with it now, and it's a good impact driver.
Yeah.
But it actually surprised all 3 of us at the time that it just didn't seem to have the guts that we all expected.
Yeah, when you're claiming it, as a hybrid wrench, then you would hope it would be on the upper end.
Yeah.
This one is.
Yep.
It's better now. It's right about on par with my DeWalt and your Makita brushless versions.
Yep.
So it's got the guts now. Still, it's got that really easy chuck.
Yep.
Got your 1/4 inch in the middle, your 1/2 inch on the outside.
Which I'm slowly warming to.
Yep.
Very slowly. Dwayne and Stewie loved it from the start. They just think it's great. My whole thing was, I know it's impossible, but I would love for it to be 3/8.
Yeah.
And then still have it. We know it can't happen. Physics says you really can't have it unless you want to keep busting the end off it.
Yeah.
What I will say is that they've shaved this thing. It's actually a sexy tool.
Yeah.
Like they've shaved it right down. And the grip, as we were talking about with the striker versus the GDX in the previous video, the handle's considerably different. We've spoken fairly regularly about the DeWalt having such skinnier handles. I don't necessarily like them all the time. Dwayne loves it because you get real purchase around you. But the GDX, they've done something to it that is just a ripping handle. It's small enough that you can actually get really good purchase. This just feels fat now.
It does. This is actually the first cordless tool I've held that I like the feel even better than the DeWalt's. When you got a thin handle, it helps you deal with the weight of the tool, because it feels like the more you can close your hands around it, the less your hand has to work to hold it there. And it just feels terrific in the hand. The balance and everything is fantastic. The weight's right there where you'd expect it to be. I'm not sure about this little kind of raised bit at the back. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is.
It's a spoiler.
Yeah, but anyway.
It's a spoiler for speed.
Yeah, you might just take that off if you didn't want it. Anyway,
it's a great looking unit, isn't it?
It is. Yep. It's got the 3 LEDs on the front, which I'm not going to pull because you won't be able to see anything.
I already blinded Dwayne a bit just before we started the video. So the 3 LEDs are actually great. And again, we know we talk about small things and we apologise for it sometimes, but the 3 LEDs, they're great versus the one down below where you can often get into a tight corner, that LED's cut out.
Yeah.
These 3, it lights it up like daylight.
Yeah, it does.
And it doesn't even necessarily have to be in a cupboard. It can be in your workplace where you haven't got fantastic bright lighting. Not everybody has white hospital lighting.
Yeah.
That's a ripper. I love the tool. I want to buy it, but I'm on Makita, so I can't speak highly enough.
That's right. So the light stays on for 10 or 15 seconds after you pull it, which I really like. It's also got a little button on the front here that allows you to turn the LED lights on and off. Not a big one, but
don't know why you want it, but
I guess if you're working in bright daylight, you can have it off. But
might
anyway,
save a tiny bit of battery power.
Better than that is that you've got 3 speeds at the front on the impact driver. I've never owned an impact driver with more than 1 speed, and I like it. It's really, it just gives you some extra control.
Comes in handy when you're using quite small screws, 10mm screws, 12mm screws, 6 gauge, 4 gauge. Comes in really handy. Panasonic had it, and they were, I believe, one of the first to have it, and it was a ripper little thing. Most companies didn't catch on to it for years. Makita's got it on my impact driver. It's just another little addition. I think why wouldn't you have it? When you've already got Bosch loving the fuel gauge, as we speak about regularly on the batteries, why wouldn't you have those little innovations so you're not from 0 to hero? We know it's electronic variable speed, but that still does make a difference.
It does. It's nice. Another thing I'll say about using this tool is it's one thing just to go for all the power, but also to see how good it is at finesse, finer working. and I chucked the bit in this is really nice and tight. It doesn't wobble much, and I compared it to my DeWalt, and the DeWalt wobbled much more. I didn't realise that it was such a big difference. And you put a longer bit in, and you can see the difference. So
well, I work with 150mm Phillips head bits, and people think I'm mad, but I'm just used to it. So I constantly have 150mm bits. You notice that a lot because you're sitting at 150mm. You're not using a 50mm. It makes a big difference at that point.
It does. So this is smoother than any other impact drive I've ever used.
Yep.
You're only driving little Phillips heads and such.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because it's also an impact wrench.
Yeah.
A compact one, but just to be that fine at the small stuff as well is really impressive.
Yeah. They've done it really well. So Stewie up in Gower, Elko Island, he needs to pony up and buy another one. If you can get delivery up there, we're recommending it highly.
Yeah.
So pull your cash out, get one. But anyone looking at the Bosch platform, as we spoke about in the previous video with the new Striker, the new Striker is certainly not disappointing. It's a good unit. This makes it even better.
Yep.
So twin kit, I think we're talking around the 450, 480 mark.
Yep.
Again, it does depend very much on where you buy it.
Yep.
Of course, we're in Australia. Ripping little set. 4 amp hour batteries. Great buy.
We've actually got 2 on the driver here at the moment.
Yep.
Obviously, you're going to get a kit with either the 2 or the 4.
Yeah.
I love having a slim battery on light tools like this.
Yep.
But it depends how much work you've got to do with it. So look, there's really nothing bad to say about this.
I can't pick anything on it. No. I like picking holes through tools and finding something. But
it's got a nice belt hook on it.
Yep.
So what is it? What do you call it? GDX 18V-EC.
Yep.
And we can't speak highly enough of it.
Winner. If we had a tool of the week little award, that'd be it.
We'd have to review things more than once a month to have it.
Correct. We'll work on that too.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Cool.
We'll catch you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you guys.